Hello aqua friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nicole and today we're going to do this old World Charm wooden door with some beautiful pink flowers surrounding it. This is just a very simple project. This shouldn't take more than a half hour minus drying time. And the first thing that I want to do is a layer. So this is going to be done in some light layers. And we do want to get some texture on the rocks surrounding this beautiful door. And I'm loosely following this reference photo for the door. So I'm adding in some of these darker rocks. Everything is wet on wet for this stage. And I'm using some indigo blue, Rougean blue, and a little neutral tint. I also have some raw sienna in my palette to do some of the lighter rocks. There's quite a shadow on top of the door. That's where it's a lot darker. I have to keep in mind that I can't go too dark because I am going to be putting these beautiful pink bougainvillea flowers on top. And we are working with watercolor. Watercolor is a transparent medium. So this layer has to be pretty light. It is going to dry a lot lighter than what you see here as well. So I'm trying to take all those things into consideration, but I am taking my paper towel and wiping off some of the pigment. I don't want it too dark where I'm going to be putting the flowers. If your paper starts to dry on you, just add a little more water as you work your way down along the sides of the door and lightly getting in this stone texture. So pretty happy with that, adding in some of those warmer tones with the raw sienna in some places. If it's too dark, I am dabbing it with my paper towel. And right in front of the door, getting that concrete slab in there. Now I'm going to dry that layer. And the next thing we're going to work on is this gorgeous wooden door. So we're going to do the same thing, wet the door first so that we could get all our layers of colors in there, wet on wet. So I'm taking my time wetting that door really well. And I do want some nice warm colors. I'm starting off with burnt sienna. Along with the burnt sienna, I'm dropping in some raw sienna. And then right away, while everything's still wet, I'm going to come in with those darker colors that I have in my palette. Some of the darker browns. You could use Van Dyke brown. I think I might have burnt umber. I do like that color. It's a really nice dark brown. Now, on top of that, while it's wet, we want to get those wooden lines in there like we see in the reference photo. And so it's quite dark along the sides and the top of the door. I am coming in with my sepia, and this is a very, very dark, rich brown. You can even add in some neutral tint with your sepia or Payne's gray to get a very, very dark outline like I'm doing here. So now that door is quite beautiful. It's really popping. There's some very deep shadows along the door in the rocks. I'm just getting those in. Those fine details of these metal dots in the door, these decorative dots, I don't want them to be the center of attention. I just want them in there very faintly. And this is just a quick painting, so it could be as detailed as you want. You could make this a lot bigger and really go into detail with the door, but that wasn't my intention. This is just a fun little 30-minute painting. Now for the fun part, let's do the flowers. Wetting that area with spritzes of water, not a fine mist, but big drops of water is better, or just taking your wet brush and doing some meandering lines. Now for this color, I am using permanent rose, quinacridone red, and ochre. I don't want to just use straight ochre or the permanent rose because they're very, very bright colors, and you do have to give the eye a break. So you can vary the pigment, you can add more water in some sections, starting off with your quin red and then adding punches of color. And just doing these little meandering lines like vines that are going down all of the stonework. And it's quite charming. It's turning out so cute. I absolutely loved this. I'm so glad I thought of adding in the bright pink flowers along the door. I've always wanted to do a door painting. I can't believe I waited this long. It was so much fun, guys. So this was intended for my little series of all the little summer paintings that I just did last week. There's like 4 or 5 in a row that I did, 5 days in a row. I am getting married on September 20th, and my daughter's moving out. So it's been such a busy time. I couldn't get this back out. Plus, I am a nurse, as you know, so I had to go back to work this week, and she's been so busy. But I am glad to get this done for you this weekend, and I hope you enjoy your relaxing Sunday. I hope it's a relaxing Sunday for you. So what you did to one side, you're going to continue down the other side of the door. Once you're happy with the amount of pops of color that you have in there, and we are going to go ahead to do those fine little details that are left. I did find that I needed more contrast around the door frame. I do feel that it's quite dark in the reference photo. So I'm really going in there and adding in some more of that sepia with the neutral tint that I have in my palette. That's really making the door quite recessed. I'm very happy with that. Just going to blend that color in so it fades well with the previous layer. I have a little bit of green mixed with sepia so that it's very desaturated, and just putting in a few little branches here and there with a script liner brush for a touch of detail. Not much, just a little bit. And then of course the last thing I need to do is the door does need a door handle. So with a very fine detail brush, I will be adding in the little cute doorknob. For this task, I'm using a size 4 round brush that has a very fine point. Little shadow under the door frame that I see in the reference photo will complete this cute little door. Look at that. You guys can take your tape off. You just created a masterpiece. Congratulations. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I'll see you next time.